important. Yeah, we can start there. Sure. Okay, so there comes a point when you become the best at something where you no longer perceive competition. And if you're focused on the competitive aspect of your hobby, it starts to dawn on you that there really isn't much competition left. So I was already feeling a bit of burnout maybe a week ago, but I was still determined to reach some goals and compete because Bdog was alive in the scene. He was here. He had plans to play Dread for a little bit, right? Like, it's more like 2 weeks ago, really. We would just message a lot about Dread, and I saw him twice, right? I saw him get really good runs on UR twice, and he did them on normal, no turbo. So I told myself, if he can do that, so can I. And that's what made me like really, really into playing Dread for the last two weeks. My goal from that point on was a 102 4x, something like that, because that would kind of equalize the turbo thing. Bdog smashing is out of this world, right? So it makes sense to not be like, I don't know, a minute and a half from him, but like 50 seconds is pretty solid. You just got here, Miguel, so I will reiterate. I'm just talking about me in the scene right now, like how I'm going to proceed with streaming Dread and just playing Dread in general from this point forward. I feel like this is really important for me to talk about because I need to get it off my chest. I've been holding it in for a bit, for like the last week, and I want to get it out there. And it's probably going to be on my YouTube channel because I don't want people to think that I'm just missing when I'm from Dread, you know? I'll probably link it in my About Me on Discord as well or something. I don't know. I have to change my name too because I'm definitely going on a break today. From today. After, if I do more runs anyway, I don't know. Okay, so like I said, there comes a point where you become the best at something or one of the best at something and you can't feel any motivation to continue. I was starting to feel that as soon as Bdog released his pace spin about how he no longer had plans for Dread and the fact that he just felt so detached from the community and everything. So currently the only top runner that's super active in the community and that runs any UR on current patch, right? I'm not going to discount Arcandy. He's a fantastic player. I will not discount him. I will also not discount Carter Freak, who is also a fantastic player, but he's not as active in the community. And also he's on hiatus right now anyway because of his controller issues. The only active player that runs any UR on current patch is me. I am also leaps and bounds ahead of pretty much everyone who runs this category currently. So right now, I'm genuinely not feeling the competition anymore. This hobby, I started speedrunning because I really liked this game. I still love this game. I love it even more now, actually, because, you know, I know so much about it now. I fucking adore this game. But it's reached a point where I can no longer keep doing speedruns based on how much I love this game, unfortunately. If I don't have strong competition to drive me to progress, I just kind of lose motivation. This game and speedrunning in general, it's about beating yourself from yesterday, being better than yesterday, being worse than tomorrow. I still abide by that rule. I still fully believe in that rule. But my will to pursue that rule no longer exists. It is incredibly difficult for me to open this game right now. I can't do it. with the recent explosion in my chat, right now I average like 10, 12 viewers every stream. I used to average like 4. My VODs get at least 100 views when I wake up the next day, implying that I think that means I think some of the views from the stream carry over, so it's like 100 unique views. I think it's unique. I'm not sure how it works, but it's at least half of that number is unique views. I get a lot of people tuning in, which is amazing. Thank you guys all for your support. And I really wanted to continue streaming this game to build that brand, and hopefully I could show the world how beautiful Metro Dread is. I just can't bring myself to start streams sometimes. Recently, I've been doing a lot of runs off stream. A lot of attempts off stream at the dead of night, when I reasonably can't stream anymore because, as everyone knows, my personality on stream is pretty boisterous, right? Like, I scream a lot, I make memes a lot, I laugh a lot, read the chat pretty much every load screen. Even like when I'm just holding left or right and just walking through a corridor, I'm reading chat. You know, like it's fucking amazing. The only problem is that my catalyst for doing so is this game and speedrunning this game. I just don't have it in me right now to continue speedrunning this game. Not at the same capacity that I have been. And like, it hurts. It genuinely hurts knowing that I don't have that passion anymore. But it is what it is, right? Like, I wish I could ignore it, but I don't think my mental health will persist if I do. So I'm probably putting this game down in the grind aspect. I will probably join every single race that I care to join. In the main Dread Discord. I don't think I'll be streaming them on Twitch. I think I'll just be, you know, playing locally on Discord. But I might change my mind on that. Maybe my Dread content on stream will just be those races, but they're at like 9 p.m. Eastern time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays when we're doing Mercury's theme percent. So that's the extent of my playing time, my playing plans for the game. Next topic is where Dread is going. And this is a really sensitive topic because it's a very divisive one. So I'm going to try to remain as respectful as I can. I know that I'm pretty much saying this off the fly. I'm not really trying to structure my sentences because I don't want to spend minutes sitting here just formulating my thoughts, right? I'm just going to get them out there. I understand if some of what I say might be a little misconstrued from my own mind, but I'll do what I can to keep it as clear as possible. The resurgence of the turbo discussion and the difficulty discussion is healthy for the game. I really like that we're revisiting the topic in any manner of capacity as a community. What I don't like is that it's this divisive. There are a lot of people on both sides of the discussion that cannot, willingly or not, they cannot agree or even mutually understand with the other side. So I'll give my own personal take on this right now, and I'll let you it'll tell you guys where I stand. I think turbo is not bad in speedrunning. From my limited understanding of it, I only started running, reaching my 3-month anniversary in 4 days. Right, I've been running since March 27th. I don't think turbo is bad for the scene at all. It does undermine some competitive integrity, and the competitive side of me 100% agrees with that. 100%. I fully understand most of the arguments made by people who are knowledgeable about the hobby, and I'm gonna stress that it's a hobby, right? And how they think that if speedrunning is to be likened to a sport, then turbo is pretty much de facto illegal. And I get that. What many of the people on that side don't understand, or they do, but some sort of personal belief pulls them away from it, which is okay, right? We shouldn't be looking to force any changes in worldview here. we should be looking to have a mutual understanding and a handshake on the topic, is that in this game in particular, turbo is really important to talk about, especially with the resurgence of Ravenbeak being a piece of shit, right? It's really important that we take responsibility for our community members and allow them the choice of picking an avenue that is better for their health long term. Reminder, this is a hobby. This is not a sport. If we were in a circuit tournament, then unless everyone has turbo, we should not allow turbo. I agree with this. 100% I agree with this. I will not budge on that. The fact of the matter is, the speedrun.com boards, and any board really regarding this game, is not a sport. It is just a place for a lot of people to post their times that they deem is worthy to put at an official capacity. And that is born from a will to play a game as fast as possible on their own time, ergo a hobby. I really am growing tired of this turbo discussion, mostly just because people don't understand that aspect. And by people, I mean the common person. I don't mean like the best of the best, because I'm pretty sure every top runner has a different opinion on turbo, right? I'm not going to speak for anyone, but from what I've read in Discord chats and stuff, there are a lot of different opinions in some nuance or another between all the top players. I know for a fact that there's a lot of current players that support turbo, but they play the game. They know what it's like. They know how it feels to not run turbo on some of these categories. And so it becomes a matter of issue when the common person who fundamentally lacks the knowledge to make these informed opinions makes an opinion and projects them onto others. One of the things I hate the most about people in general is that we are very, very prone to projecting our opinions onto other people. And it's like every argument is a push to change the other person's worldview. Like, we're attacking people for disagreeing. Agreeing to disagree is almost never on the minds of anybody, ever. It's so difficult for me to find a discussion where two people just handshake on it. I just find that to be incredibly ridiculous, and it has to do with the fact that we're on the internet. The internet is very impersonal, right? Like, you're just talking with a name. You get to say whatever the fuck you want. Worst happens, you get banned from a chat, right? And even then, if you want to stay in the community, there are still people who will say some shit. And it just boggles my mind. This is one of the reasons why I'm really invested in the interest poll that's on the Discord at the moment. As soon as I'm pretty sure the public plan is we're going to move into discussions based on the interest poll that is given, and we're going to revisit the topic by that manner. I am extremely scared of the type of shit that's going to be in those chats, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are not looking to agree to disagree, who are not looking to find a mutual understanding. We're just gonna go back to mutual just mutual shit flinging. I greatly dislike being attached to something with that being something that I can expect. And I know I'm going to expect that because I do. And history is doomed to repeat sometimes. The turbo top, I read the entire turbo discussion at the beginning of this year, at the end of last year. And oh god, if I have to participate in that, I might not last. I swear. I really might not last. I'm a mod for the Dread Discord. If I have to deal with that on repeat, I might just resign and step away. It's something that I can't deal with personally. I just want like an environment where the entire community can just handshake on things that you might not personally understand and just say, you know what? I might not get this, but there are people that do and they think it's good. Maybe I'm missing something. This goes for both sides, right? This goes for both sides. You know, you're just saying that maybe I'm missing a perspective. I'll try to gain that perspective. If I don't, we'll just agree to disagree and move on. I genuinely don't expect that from speedrunning in general. Speedrunning has such a storied history, right? And it is very difficult for me to perceive a universe where any topic regarding a revolution in the community ends well. So that's another reason why I'm starting to drift from the game. It's not just the gameplay. It's not just the lack of competition. It's just the people in the community. And yes, I am fully aware that I sound like I'm speaking from a moral high horse. And in this particular instance, I don't give a shit. Maybe I am speaking from a moral high horse because I do have better morals than some of these people. In the YouTube comments specifically. Like, it is beyond nasty how some of these people will talk without being informed. That wraps up that part of the discussion. I guess I can talk about how I personally feel about the future of the game, right? So, regardless of what happens, I'm going to be playing this game again at some point. That's 100%. I will be playing this game again. I just love this game too much. I can't drop it. It's not possible. It might take until someone makes a revolution in a category that I personally enjoy, or it might take until someone revolutionizes what a good time is considered in the game. Like, right now I have a 103.21 in NEUR. My sum of best is 101.26, right? Like, I could get a 102. If someone else gets a 102, I'm probably just going to come back immediately. Fact of the matter is, right now, that is not feasible. Unless Bdog comes back, unless Arcandy starts running NEUR on current patch. Probably the earliest chance we'll get is when Carter Freak gains his controller. The one that he's shelling out a pretty penny for to make sure it's stable, lasts a while, right? Maybe when Oates comes back after doing Kaizo at GDQ after getting his SM goals. Right now, there isn't even like an up-and-coming player that's showing potential. I am very in tune with this community, and I have yet, like, the last person I saw with that level of potential and like uprising is me. And then the person before that, I think, was Bdog. I don't think there's any other player that jumped up this fast except us. So that's probably where that's like the checklist, the condition for me to come back. There's an up and coming player that's just smashing it, and that'll just get me excited again. And then there's just a category evolution. Like, if we find something in NEUR that brings it down to sub-hour at the same level of ease as like a 102, I'm probably coming back and I'm going to get it first. And I guess there's one more thing about this that's been weighing on me recently. And by recently, I mean for like a month and a half. I never really directly addressed it with anybody, or just in general, but I'm gonna address it now. There's a lot of comparisons between me and Bdog in some aspect. Like, I see it in the community in general. Like, people will be like, Bdog 2.0, Sat and Bdog share the same brain cell. I mean, for that, Bdog and I also make those jokes because it's funny. What I don't particularly enjoy is the mere thought of me just being on Bdog's coattails. I worked really, really hard to try to separate myself from him skill-wise. Like, if we remove the turbo aspects, I have probably matched him on more than half the game. More than half. I think if you ask him, he might say the same thing. Right? I don't think I'm better than him overall as a player. For sure not. He is way more consistent than I am. But in terms of, like, upper limit, I think I've matched him. Even before he went on break. The thing is, though, it's like, when you're not so in tune with how I play, with how he plays, it's hard to see that. And all you really see is Sat and Bdog are fighting. But really what you're seeing is, like, they're just the same. Like, they're just doing it the same. I want to be me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting really active in the community. I'm trying to like separate myself. I'm trying to be Sat. And it's been dwindling down recently, but like 2.5 weeks ago, towards like a month ago, it just got really frustrating. It got really frustrating. That one's just a personal thing. I just wanted to get it out there. It has nothing to do with why, like, I'm not playing Dread or something. But, it just feels really hard to continue to try to push to make a name for myself when you're just constantly being compared to the GOAT. Because Bdog is the GOAT of Dread, guaranteed. He's like the Michael Jordan of Dread, you know? This guy is just ridiculous. And I have so much respect for him. I wonder if there's anything else that I feel like saying right now. So I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like I'm a little alone in this community in some aspects. Being very new to the speedrunning scene, I have a lot of opinions that are not marred by preconception or influenced by precedent. I see what's in front of me and I formulate an opinion based on that. My mannerisms come from a background of playing League of Legends, of all things. I used to play fighting games at a semi-pro level. I don't know. It's just been like competition after competition in terms of like my hobbies. I feel like the only person that sympathizes with that in its entirety is the other guy who feels that he's isolated from the community. It's Bdog. I get along really well with him because one of the main reasons on my end of things is because we're like-minded on the competition aspect. We're not like-minded on the turbo aspect, which is why, you know, like I run turbo, he doesn't. I run rookie, he doesn't. But that is beside the point. We're still able to coexist and be friends regardless of that. I don't think he thinks any less of me for it. We just mutually handshake on it. I guess this goes back to point number 3. Or is it point number 2? Whatever it was. So, I just feel really alone. Sort of. Now that he's left the community, like he's washed his hands of the community, I feel genuinely alone regarding my stance on a lot of things. The way that I approach the game. Like, I see the game as something to improve on. No longer about fun. It's hard to have fun playing now. I get a rush from being on record paces. I don't get a rush from opening the game anymore. And it's influencing the way that I think about community interactions and the way that I see myself in this community, and it's starting to weigh on me, I guess. I find it genuinely hard to talk to people sometimes about some of these aspects. Like there can be discussions, and I'll respond to the discussion if they say something wrong about the game, but it's just hard for me to talk like person to person about this game. A lot of the times I make an opinion, and this might just be loss aversion speaking, but a lot of the times I'll talk about an opinion and I won't resonate with much people about it. With it, it'll just turn into a discussion about why we think ourselves as correct. So that's starting to hit me a little bit. It's not as bad as the other reasons, right? Because I can accept being different. It's just in tandem with the rest, you know? That's what gets me a little bit down. In terms of personal ambition, like, I basically put my recreational life on hold so that I could play Dread. Let me bring up my capture card again. Where is the hours played? I don't know where the hours played is, because I'm really bad at this. I know I saw this one time. It's important information? No, that can't be right. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Support information? No, that can't be right. Transfer save data? That can't be right either. Oh man. This is where I become oh, I think it's here. I was wrong. Either way, I've probably put like 500 plus hours in the last 2.5 months. It's been dwindling down as of recent, but I've put a ridiculous amount of time in this game recently. And oh, maybe it's here. Nope, it's not here. Man, the Switch is so annoying. Any agreeers? I just realized it's not showing on the screen. That is my fault. I am extra stupid. It'd be that way. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. I just want to see how many hours I've put in this game. I just want to like have it show in my face to just kind of like feel what's going on. I've put a lot of time into this game. I don't know where to find it. I'm a little bit strange. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I've put so much time. So I'm genuinely starting to burn out. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. I fucking finally I got everything out. I would have put this in a paste bin or like a twit longer or something, but again, my brand isn't big enough for that. I don't think it'd get too much attraction. Some would argue that why would you do it on Twitch if that's the case? But this is more just for me. It's a lot easier for me to get my feelings out when I'm talking about it. It's harder for me to get them out when I'm writing about it, because when I write about it, I just kind of proofread myself. But when I'm talking about it, there's not really much time to proofread. Once you say it, you say it. And that's where it ends. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. So like, just as a conclusion, right? I'm pretty much done with playing Dread in a competitive capacity for a while. It's just really hard for me to to keep playing now. I might take a couple weeks off. I might take a month off. Something like that. But at the end of the day, right, I'm going to return. Gonna chill. I'll probably do some races. You will catch me in Bdog's chat when he's playing SM, because I'm very invested in his personal growth there. I might try to play some other Metroid games just to run. I don't know about SM. That shit looks really hard. I'm thinking about maybe doing Fusion. Maybe ZM even. I don't know. Some other 2D Metroid. I need to finish my playthroughs of the Prime games. I've been ignoring my PlayStation for too long. It's not a PS5, but they're still releasing titles on the PS4, this brick of a console. Three Hopes is coming out. I'm gonna save up to get that, because I've been looking for a hack and slash, turn your brain off type of game. Finally want to finish cleaning out my Steam library. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I just want to return to a state of the game where people are more open-minded to the other side of their argument. Like, just because someone is a detractor doesn't mean you just ignore them. Like, you look for a mutual understanding in your discussion. You pick your words carefully so that you're not stepping over them. I'm just hoping that happens. I'm hoping that this game evolves in some way. That way I feel like I want to come back and play the game more. It's just not looking like that's the play right now. Who knows? Maybe Arcandy will find some shit. Arcandy is Arcandy. He's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's really it. I don't really have much else to say. I'm going to download this talk, put it on my YouTube. I'll probably put it as the channel trailer or something, just so people know what's going on. And this is like a 30-minute self-ramble. I don't think many people will sit through all of it and listen to it. But for those that do, hopefully you understand why I'm gonna take a break from this game. I'll still be active in the community. I have a responsibility as a teacher in the community to help people progress and enjoy their hobby even more. So I'm not leaving the community, that's for sure. I'm just gonna put the game down for a bit. I can't keep playing. I mean, I could, but I think I might explosively leave if I did. I know my limits, and I'm approaching my limits here. I'm glad I was able to world record yesterday, so I can leave on a good note. The thing is, though, there are gonna be people who look at that and be like, he got it because of turbo. Duh. If you watch my gameplay, you know it wasn't fucking turbo, dude. Actually, no, not that one. That one is actually the world's world record of all time. If you watch any of my other world records, you know, it's pretty easy to tell that I am far better than my hardware would suggest. It must be weird to have Sat talk in such a serious tone on stream. Like, I'm just a fucking goofball, but even I have my ability to tone it down for the sake of talking about something that really matters to me. Isn't that crazy? So this is probably where my stream is gonna end today. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep streaming today. Like, I might stream later, but it's not going to be Dread content. I fully expect my viewer count to lower as a result, because I'm probably going to be doing shit that people don't really know about in this community. But if it makes me happy, I'm going to do it. And that's what it's about. I just want to like playing games again, because right now I'm struggling. Just as an open message to everyone who's been watching my streams, following my journey, thanks a lot for your support. I don't do runs for me anymore. Like, I do it to further our perception of the game, and I do it to make my viewer base excited. Watching world records is always fucking fun. Watching PBs is always fucking fun. Watching your streamer devolve into a puddle of madness isn't fun. So I'm gonna avoid that.